I do have one more thing. I do have one more thing next to me. This has been on my shelf for a few weeks now, but I haven't streamed in quite a while. But are you at all interested? Hold on. Are you at all interested, speaking of big boxes, in seeing what's in this thing? Ta-da! This is the Caverna Cave versus Cave big box. So there was a Cave versus Cave, and then there was Cave versus Cave Age 2, and then they combined them both and they stuck them in one box. And then Asmodee Canada sent this to me because they know that I cover off a plethora of Uwe Rosenberg design games in November. So this is, I guess, in anticipation of that. So this was released just a few weeks ago. It's available right now at your board game store, as with Haunted Titanic big box and Carnegie, by the way. If you want to go buy any of those, please. There's a link on the Knights. Whoa! What the heck's going on? What did I miss? Hi, is wondering. You've sent many. Are those cheers? Thank you for the cheers. I don't know. They look like Illuminati triangles. Great. What's in the box? What's in the box? Oh, well, I'll show you. It's from Lookout Games, who do a bunch of Uwe Rosenberg games, and if you've joined us in November, you'll have seen all of that. It's all still on the channel. You can go watch. You don't have to be here in November. But so I haven't played this at all. Our resident expert in Uwe Rosenberg games, the hugest Rosenberg fan that I've met, DM Explains, says this one isn't for him because he says it focuses on what he finds is the least interesting part of. No. I was going to say that about this. No, he was saying all creatures big and small he doesn't like because it focuses on animal husbandry, which he feels is the least interesting part of Agricola. He's a massive Agricola fan. I can't remember what he said about this, but I do know that he's not a big Caverna fan because he's a big Agricola fan, and I guess like you can't be one and the other at the same time. It's like Highlander. But this is interesting because it's Caverna like redesigned specifically for 2 players. You can play Caverna, the big one, with 2 players. So I don't know quite what this does differently. But it's got a little score sheet that's reminiscent of the bigger version. It's got wooden meeples, but a very sparing amount. If you buy Caverna, it's just a massive box of wood. And Uwe Rosenberg has, I don't know, maybe the publisher has forced him to, but he's become a bit more economical with his. Oh, there's one of each, and there's donkeys. Hey, Omelette, if you're still watching, there's donkeys. Uwe Rosenberg has become a little bit wiser about how much wood the publisher has to stick in the box, because now you get stuff like I'm going to name some titles, and the titles are going to be he did signed the one Ora et Labora, I believe, and what was the other one? With the tiles, it's Glass Road. I think they both have a wheel that tracks resources, and you put the little wood pieces. You only get one of each wood resource, and you put it on the wheel, and the wheel spins around to a certain number, and that's how you keep track of how many goods you have. So instead of putting like 85 pieces of wood representing wood, which is ironic and weird, in the box. Okay. Oh, yeah, Ora Labora and Glass Road. Yeah, I got them right. Now, do you mock me already with the fighting? That's why I like all creatures big and small. Yeah, you guys have argued this in the Discord server, so I don't think he was a big fan of many of the 2-player only Uves, save Arla. Yeah, Arla's his favoritist of the Uwe Rosenberg games. The rest of Agricola is dull. Donkeys, says Omelette. Yes, top 10 game now, already. Straight to the top of the list. Omelette, not a big Uwe Rosenberg fan. And the new one, Canal. I don't think I've heard of Canal. Mm-hmm. Oh, we were talking about that on the server. Great. Instructions, pretty beefy instruction booklet. I guess there's 2 games in here, so it's earned its right to be a bit thicker than normal 2-player game. But if you like Uwe, you know what you're getting into. This is an interesting die cut on these pieces too. Look at this. It's all like cavey styles. Like you punch this out, and you've got a real jagged edge on this on your cave. It's kind of fun. It looks like buildings. If you've played Caverna, you know what's going on with that. I do have a how to play Caverna video on the channel. This little thing off. Do you rip that, or do you just pull it off like I just did? I feel weird ripping it, even though it's going straight in the garbage. So why am I not more savage about it? We have some sort of pantry shelf where things are stored. Goods, I would say. And a couple of these look like, I'm going to say walls that you put in your cave. This very unique looking, I'm not even going to guess. But it says +10 on it. Oh, this looks like the dwarf weapon thing. That was one annoying thing about Caverna that I didn't quite like. I didn't like the way that they handled the weapon system, because your dwarf can have like a weapon powered anywhere from 1 to, I want to say 14 or something. So what they did was they just, in true Uwe Rosenberg style, they just gave you just like a boatload of chits, right? So it's like, okay, I got to upgrade my dwarf from power level 4 to power level 5. And you just like dig through, you know, that, like the box of Lego sound as you're trying to find the 5 and stick it. It was not great. And what I really wanted was like, now this is patented, they couldn't do it, but like a, you know, like a hero click system where you can just like tick 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 on the base of your dwarf. And I've been trying to get that project going for a Bits Please episode. Bits Please! To 3D print little dwarves and have like sort of like a hero clicks thing on there. And somebody on Thingiverse had something that I printed and it didn't work. And so I'd still like, if anybody knows how to pirate hero clicks and get that working for Caverna, I'd love to know, because I think that would make the game a bit more efficient and make it more enjoyable to play. So yeah, we got some reused artwork. I recognize the lazy lying down dwarf from Caverna. And some puzzle piecey stuff. Woohoo! I can't resist. Although I'm going to have to be careful because this is... There we go. Kind of thing. What is that? I don't know. You probably know because you've looked into it more than I have. But you get one of those. Fantastic. Already it's it's making a few assumptions about how big our table is, especially for a 2-player game. And another pantry, I guess 1 pantry per player. Great, that's what you get, little buildings, more of those tokens. Everybody gets a cave. And that's what's in that. Oh wait. So I guess, I don't know if, ooh, do these fit together? That would be kind of nice. Hold on now. That would be quite nice. Let's see. Here's one cavey wavy. Oh, I hope they do. I think they do. Look. Oh, chunka. Oh, look how satisfying that is. Oh, that's very nice. Was that planned for the beginning? Like if you buy Age 1 and Age 2, do they do that, or did they do that specially for the big bucks? I don't know. That pantry and the minimal number of tokens looks a lot like how Halotau and Arla do resource management. I'm trying to think of how Halotau does it. Yeah, Halotau has numbers up the side of your board, right? Doesn't it? And then you have 1 token and you move it up and down, and it goes up to like, I don't know, 6. And so they give you a few tokens. So if you have 8 of them, you'd put 1 of them at 6 and 1 of them at 2. So it's a little, the teensy is a little bit confusing. I think I prefer the wheel to what Halotau does. But yeah, it looks like you're right. It looks like that's exactly how they do it with this pantry level thing. So you take these guys and you'd be like, oh, I have 7 donkeys and I have 4 wheat. You're probably right. That's how it goes. I don't know what the donkey is doing in the pantry. Get out of there. Donkey. Great. That's what you get. That's to say nothing of how the thing actually plays, but we can be very impressed with how this fits together. Oh, and also very nicely, because these are supposed to stay together, that is a functional cut, because that kind of like locks it in place, which I think that's a smart piece of design, I think, instead of having them float away from each other the entire game. Cool. Well, you can definitely expect Cheryl and me to bust this out and play this on the stream in the near future. I hope that she's getting popsicles. I hope that I've got lime popsicles coming to me. We'll have to see. I hope that I have room in my freezer for lime popsicles. Wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't that be lovely? Cool. Let me know. I'll show you one other thing that this is not an unboxing or anything, but I'll just show you something else that I've got brewing just to shoot the breeze. You look like a shooting the breeze kind of crowd. So, normally I would tell you what I'm working on, and I'm not going to do that today because I'm doing some stuff that's very outside of my comfort zone and difficult, and I'm worried that I'm going to fail at it. And so I don't want to announce that I'm doing it in case I fail, and then you'd be like, Ryan, what happened to that thing? That sounded really cool and promising. And I'm like, yeah, I whiffed it. So I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to keep that card a little closer to my chest. So there's a couple things that I'm working on that I'm just like, nah, margin of error is higher than usual. Pardon me. I was going to show you. I was going to show you some of these. I don't know how exciting this is going to be, but this one. When you can't afford game trays, what did I... 3D print inserts. People who've been watching this in the Discord server, don't spoil it, but what game do you think this is for? Oh, let's see. Can you figure it out? Which game is it for? Like peanut butter and jelly. What is? And then you got like one of these. It goes in here. Is this... I guess it could be any game, right? So many games. But there are lots... This game has lots of cards in it. And these hold the cards. And then there's these skinny trays that go on top of there. Once you got the cards in. This is really interesting to me anyway, because this is the first time I've printed an insert for a game I don't actually own. Well, I guess I technically do. I ordered it from the board game store, and it's sitting there. And I'm just waiting till my order gets up to the free shipping amount so that I can say, release the hounds, and they'll send it out to me. Oh, Omelette says he knows. Omelette's figured it out, but I've been talking about it a bunch in the server. Can anybody else guess what it is? I know what game this is because I have it open in front of me with the exact same inserts. What do you think of the colors I chose? I kind of want, I don't know, I'm not super thrilled with this beige, this brown. I should have gone, I think, with a darker brown to make it more earthy. But the last section over here of these trays up here is going to be in the same blue that I have down here, which I think matches the player components. So these are the player colors, if you didn't cotton on to that. Those are the player colors in the game. So yeah, I'm going to do 4 more card trays in blue. And then I thought, oh, that's going to be cool. But then it's not going to, like, the edge of it is supposed to match here. And I don't know if it's going to look good. But what is it? It's Arc Nova. Very good, DJ Mach V. It is Arc Nova. So I got that coming to me. I missed the boat. It's funny, I was ahead of the curve on Arc Nova because the moment that I'm on a bunch of mailing lists for different board game companies, and the moment that Capstone Games made the announcement, they say, hey, we got this game coming out called Arc Nova. And I looked at it, it was like, that game looks fantastic. You could just tell it was going to be like a wicked cool game. And so I wrote and I said, hey, you want to maybe... Didn't hear anything. That's fine. And then, of course, it blew up and everybody went nuts for it. And I can't wait to play it at my little board game getaway this summer. But yeah, that's Ryan's homebrew game trays. So this too could be yours for $80 in PLA. And like these things, it's been taking so long. One of these is a 14-hour print. This is 13 hours, 30-hour print. So... and I'm not running a print right now because I'm streaming and I don't want the noise of the printer. So as soon as I leave, which will be very shortly, I'm going to go keep printing. I got to print 1 more of these little skinny boxes, and then 1 more of those things, and then 4 more of these things, and then it's done. Just another week of work, and we're good to go. Great. It's funny, this time last year, Obsession was dominating the Discord chat, and this year it's Arc Nova. Yeah, like, it's almost like there's something new to capture people's attention, right? I still like Obsession, and still would like to play it again. Again, like, we're playing this summer with some friends who we've only been able to play with, like, once a year now because of COVID, so, like, think of the games. I don't know if you're like me, but think of the games your collection has amassed since this time last year, right? So it's just going to be like, you got to try this one. Oh, you got to try this game. And we just won't have enough time in the day to play all the fun stuff. But here's what the list is shaping up to be. Here's what I desperately want to play. First of all, we're in the middle, beginning really. We're on our third Scythe Rise of Fenris game. That's a campaign mode in Scythe. So we'll definitely play the third Rise of Fenris game. So that's on the list. This is the same group, by the way, that I was playing Charterstone with. It was 3 couples, and we got to game 9, and we just couldn't do it anymore. Because it's hard. Everybody moved away from each other, so we're stuck on game 9 of Charterstone. So Scythe, we'll play Scythe Rise of Fenris. Arc Nova for sure. I'm going to bring it because those are the people that I want to play it with. So we'll play Arc Nova together. Sea of Legends. I mentioned it off the top of the stream. Quite like it, and there's a lot of stories to explore in it, and it's just really fun. You know, I like Merchants and Marauders, but it's a flawed game. There's problems with it. Imagine you took Merchants and Marauders and you fixed it. You just fixed all the problems with it and made that a game. Well, I think that's how Sea of Legends feels. So quite excited to play that. So that's 3 games. How many days are we there? I don't know. A couple. What else can we squeeze in? What else am I dying to play with them? They quite liked. We played Anachrony last year and they quite liked it. And Mind Clash Games, you saw from the last unboxing, sent me Perseverance, so I'll probably bust that out and we'll play at least episode 1 on that too. It's a bit large to smuggle to Toronto for Gen Con. What is? Obsession? Maybe my ride there will toss it in the car. Are we talking about Obsession? Yes, Oberon is carpooling down to Gen Con with somebody you may know. So we'll see. I got so much stuff to stick in the car, though. I've got so many things that I want to smuggle down from Canada and gifts to give to people and Canadian imported snacks to bring. Oh, there's so much. I don't know how we're going to fit it all. We do have a boot. It's just like a backpack that you stick on the roof of the car. It's this soft-shelled backpack you stick on the roof of the car, and we can put a bunch of extra stuff up there. But I'm particularly nervous about how much stuff I'm going to be coming back with. I don't know. We might have to rent a moving trailer for the back of the car. Hopefully not. We'll be judicious in our acquisitions, won't we? Won't we? That's it for me. Alma, do we have anybody, or DJ Mach V, anybody that we'd like to raid, throw the traffic to? Let me know. Let me go look. Anybody queued up? Take a look. Take a look. Who's streaming? Who's streaming at Oshawa dinner time right now? Let me know. Thank you for joining me, people who are here and people who are here from the beginning. I don't know if any of this was elucidating, but it just gives you an idea of what's kind of coming up on the channel, what's front of mind right now. There is a video that I want to produce that is a Who Wore It Best kind of series, where I take 2 games that have similarities and may cause confusion in the marketplace, to use a legal term, and then I'll compare them, and then I will weigh in on which one I think, or which one I like more. And the first one I wanted to do in that series was On Mars versus Terraforming Mars. So look forward to that if I manage to get that up on the channel. Nobody to raid. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to do it myself, won't I? All right, let's go back to the screen, and you can pick with me. To the screen. To the keyboard. To the wall. We're going to go to twitch.tv. That's where you are now. No, twitch.tv. It's shut down. Somehow I'm streaming on a defunct website. Here we go. Okay. I can't read any of this from where I'm sitting, so I'm going to have to do this. Always blood on the clock tower. Who are these guys? They're speaking French, so maybe not. This X-Wing game has been going on like all day. Do you watch those? They do these big X-Wing tournaments. It's pretty crazy. These guys are speaking Spanish. Anybody speaking English? Through the ages, they've been playing that for hours since I started. The Poncho Boys are having their 1-year stream What are they? Do we like the Poncho Boys? I've never thrown to them, but let's do it, shall we? Raid the Poncho Boys. Now, make sure that when we raid, you kick over some furniture with me. Oh, it's intended for mature audiences, so everybody be mature. All right. Thanks.
Did you just watch that whole thing? Oh, hey, to 100% this video, click the badge to subscribe and then click the bell to get notifications when I've got new stuff.